Dating a Mexican, like me, comes with some amazing benefits. We are warm and loving, and we are fun to be around. However, there are some things about our culture that always seems to create problems when it comes to a relationship between a foreigner and a Mexican. Yes, if you are dating a Mexican, you have probably already encountered some of these problems. If not, don't worry, my friend, they're coming. Yes, they are. So, to avoid confusion, big fights, or even a heart-wrenching breakup, Paulísima, your favorite spring Spanish teacher is here today to make sure that you know what the 9 biggest problems dating a Mexican are, and most importantly, you know how to sail through them para que sigas viviendo tu hermosa historia de amor. In this video, I'm gonna get very real about things like a Mexican dating phenomenon that I like to call the macho caballero paradox. You can be sure it's affecting your relationship too. The 8 magic sentences of affirmation that you should learn by heart to fix all of your Mexican relationship problems. And much more relationship advice. Empecemos. Let's start with a friendly reminder. This video doesn't intend to put all Mexicans under one umbrella. I mean, it's 120 million of us. Obviously, we are as diverse of a people as it gets, and my observations are generalizations. Many of my fellow YouTubers, including Spring Spanish own Mariana, have hit the nail on the head when talking about how it is to date a Mexican. You are very likely to encounter these 9 most common problems. I'll show you how to overcome them in a minute. Número 1. The shockingly conservative attitude towards sex that prevails in most Mexican families. Yeah. Sleepovers for married couples only. Well, perhaps engaged couples too in less conservative families. But yeah. Número 2. Navigating the complexity of family and its huge importance in the life of your significant other. It's so many of us. Try learning like 250 names every time you go to a family event, and there's like 1,000 family events, and then we repeat the names and you have to learn who is who doesn't get along with whom. It can be a nightmare. No. This is not Jose Luis, it's Jose Francisco, the son of Tío Francisco. Remember the one that doesn't get along with Luis Francisco? Número 3. Never understanding the hidden messages behind your girlfriend's low-key furious attitude. Yeah, like, si dice que no tiene nada, tiene todo. Why can't we just say what's wrong? Why can't we just say what we want? Well, I'll tell you why in a moment. Número 4. Speaking of Mexican girlfriends, what about the high expectations that they have when it comes to how much of a gentleman their partner should be like at all times? This is the way we were raised. This is what we were told to expect. The macho caballero paradox. Modern Mexican women want everything that comes with a man that is not a macho. In case you were wondering, a macho is like a male chauvinist, somebody who is very toxic and very aggressive about his masculinity. In general, modern Mexican women want somebody who is not fixated on gender stereotypes or gender roles, someone who lets them be. But at the same time, for a modern Mexican woman, it kind of like we kind of expect, or not expect, but it does makes us very, very happy when our partner does this, like displays of gallantry that machos often perform, however contradictory this might seem. Número 5. Managing the jealousy or territoriality of your Mexican boyfriend, and actually Mexican girlfriend too. Ay, las cosas se están poniendo serias. I told you so. I told you it was gonna get real. Número 6. Manejar la informalidad que parece reinar en México. And that will inevitably spill into your relationship as well, with people often being late, not being very mindful or respectful sometimes of rules and regulations. Believe it or not, this is a not so much talk about source of conflict between Mexicans and their foreign partners. Número 7. Understanding why Mexicans have to be so loud and also get very defensive about it. Mi amor, ¿qué crees que me pasó? Ok, cuéntamelo, pero no me grites. Yo no estoy gritando, yo así hablo. Número 8. making sure you don't offend our sensitivities when it comes to food. Mexican food is perfect, okay? But let's say you are holding on the carbs and all of a sudden your partner's abuelita comes home with like 500 tamales, because it's always 500, it's never 5, it's the way it is. You could get in real trouble if you don't word your rejection perfectly. No le quieres romper el corazón a la abuelita, ¿verdad? Número 9. Feeling uncomfortable with a lot of public displays of affection. Don't worry, there's no shame in feeling a tiny little bit smothered by all the kisses and, touches of your passionate Mexican partner.
Pet you and love you and hug you and squeeze you all up.
I mean, I don't think this is such a common problem, because a quien no le gusta que lo apapachen. I love it. Do you love it? A mí me encanta que me apapachen. Bueno, si hasta ahora has encontrado algo de valor en este video, por favor dale click y continuemos. Bueno, pues ya sabemos cuáles son los 9 problemas más comunes que vienen con salir con un mexicano. Pero ahora, ¿cómo le hacemos para resolverlos? La verdadera causa de estos problemas. Empecemos con una muy buena noticia. El problema no eres tú y tampoco es tu pareja. It's the way our society works. Primero, you gotta get used to a little chaos. You see, in developing countries like Mexico, people are used to a little chaos like sprinkled everywhere. And we could be moody about it all day, every day, or we can adapt, and that's what we did by becoming unreliable ourselves. So next time tu amada pareja mexicana is a little late or is acting a little unobservant of rules, be patient. Don't criticize them. We've been through a lot, okay? Atención. Regardless of how much we Mexicans complain about our country, we can get quite defensive when somebody else, when an outsider makes a comment about our way of living. So resist the temptation to pitch in your 2 cents whenever a Mexican is complaining about los baches, la inseguridad, el pinche gobierno, los pinches políticos, la burocracia. Yeah, resist the temptation. Don't join, just listen. La influencia del catolicismo. Even for a person like me, who is not Catholic, being raised in Mexico means that Catholic values, like very old school values, still play a very heavy influence in things as basic as the kind of sexual education that we get. While Mexican women are raised to believe that they should only have sex once they get married, men are, let's say, encouraged to explore their sexuality freely, to put it nicely. You see the double standard? You see it? Worst part is that this has everyday consequences. Remember the macho caballero paradox? Well, Mexican men are kind of raised to associate how much of a man they are by the amount of women that they can get. Thus, they develop this reputation of not being able to keep it in their pants. Yes, I said it. So, you see, Mexican women are then aware of this reputation, and then they can become a little bit territorial or find it hard to trust in their partners, but it's not their fault. Tercera causa, gender roles. They saw. Gender stereotypes and, gender roles are still reigning in Mexico. Things are changing, but we still have a long way to go. Actually, they still are the source of a lot of the common problems that come with dating a Mexican. Por ejemplo, because of traditional gender roles, men are raised to be seen as the leaders, and we women are just supposed to follow. Yeah, Mexican women are actually growing up, discouraged from expressing their opinions. We have these horrible machista sayings, like this one. It's horrible. Check it out. Calladita te ves más bonita. Imagine growing up being told that you look better when your mouth is shut. That's a horrible thing. So please, now that you're dating tu hermosa novia mexicana, be patient and don't expect her to be always upfront about her desires, her wishes, the things that are making her angry. You see why? Even now, in 2021, a woman like me, smart, beautiful, independent, self-reliant, feminist, modest. Even I melt down every time my partner picks up the check in a restaurant, and they do it every time. or when they open the door for me, or when they bring me flowers, or when they fix my chair. Yes, guilty as charged. You see the macho caballero paradox again? Ahora sí, ¿cómo resolver estos problemas? First of all, you're gonna have to do your homework. Do your research, Google, learn more, know about our culture, our history, what makes Mexico, Mexico. The more you know about our culture, the better, or actually the easier it's going to be for you to understand your partner. We actually have a full playlist about Mexico and its culture here on Spring Spanish. Make sure you watch all the videos. They're going to be super useful for you. And also, it's like kind of cute to see your partner making an effort to study, to learn more about Mexico. Oof. Second thing that you're gonna have to do, get ready to have difficult conversations. As we saw in the previous sections, factors external to our romance can actually have an impact in our relationship. Especially if you are an interracial couple, there will be cultural shocks and hard realities that will need to be addressed. Pero mientras lo hagas con el corazón abierto, con honestidad y con respeto mutuo, I'm pretty sure you can work things out. Tercera cosa que vas a tener que hacer para arreglar tus problemas with your Mexican partner is whatever language that you both speak, do learn Spanish. I mean, that's what Spring Spanish is here for. Communication is key in a relationship. And even if you're both fluent in each other's language, there are certain things that are best said in Spanish. Learn these fabulous phrases of affirmation that you can tell your beloved Mexican when you can sense that trouble is on the way. De verdad quiero saber cómo te sientes. Sea el problema que sea, quiero arreglarlo. Confía en mí. Yo solo quiero estar contigo. Me cuesta trabajo entenderlo, pero quiero hacerlo. ¿Me ayudas? Tenme paciencia, por favor. If nothing of this works, try. Vamos por unos tacos. This one works all the time. Seriously. Memorize all of it. But not only memorize it, believe it and feel it. And if the fact that it's all in Spanish is making it difficult, you can download our free cheat sheet, Spanish Relationship Chunks. You can use this free cheat sheet right away so you don't have to think too much. You just, copy the chunks and learn them by heart and use them. They'll help you talk in Spanish about your desires, your feelings, to express your love, and they can help you to have civilized but passionate discussions. You will find the link in the description. Now, if now you still want to date a Mexican, I think you should. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it. Then I can help you there because I made a video about how to flirt in Spanish. Spoiler alert, you should never say hola guapo or hola guapa. Don't. Use my How to Flirt in Spanish guide to win over that Mexican.